So you doubt yourself. And you see people on the internet who are making millions of dollars and are way ahead of where you are. You see those people and you are always dissatisfied with what you have. And you always complain about the things you've got and the things you want to achieve. But there's a big gap between what you want to achieve and where you're at right now. You see young people who are 19, 20, making millions of dollars and claiming how it changed their life, whether it's by doing dropshipping, e-commerce, running an agency, and all of that good stuff. But when you look at yourself and you look at your life, you're tied up working in a 9 to 5 job and you know you can achieve something great in your life, but you always doubt yourself. Is it too late? Am I not that competent? Is there something I'm lacking in myself? And this is a loophole that you get into quite often. So if you're constantly self-sabotaging yourself and you're not feeling you're good enough, this video is just for you because I've been there and I know how it feels. And here are 5 things that would help you overcome that disbelief that you have in yourself and create an abundance within yourself so that you can go out and accomplish whatever you want. This definitely had a huge impact in me because I was there. I was constantly judging myself, talking bad about myself. So here are 5 things that you can do to have abundance and have so much belief that you can do anything you want. The number one reason of your self-doubt is you're in the wrong circle. If you're in the wrong circle, you can resonate to this. You tell your dream to your friends and your family, and they simply shut it down. So if you have a big dream, and the best way to kill it is to share with small-minded people. So if you are in the wrong circle, this is something you'll be experiencing every single day. You have a big dream and you share it with your friends, your family members, and they will be the first one to tell you how you cannot accomplish it. But the thing is, all the reasons that they give you on how you cannot accomplish these dreams is their thought of why they cannot. It's not you. You can do it. So whatever they tell you, all the reasons they tell you that you cannot succeed, it's their disbelief coming out. It's not you. It's them who do not believe in themselves and they do not have that abundance to think they can accomplish whatever they dream of. So hanging out with the wrong circle, it just creeps you in. So if you hang out with the wrong circle, it just engraves in your subconscious mind that you cannot achieve it. All their disbelief, all the reasons why they cannot accomplish, and all their negative ideas that gets engraved in your brain, and you would feel the same. When an idea comes up, you would have all the reasons on how you cannot accomplish those dreams. But if you switch it and if you start hanging out with good individuals, high net worth people who are already building businesses, who have already accomplished what you want to accomplish, then everything changes. When you share your ideas to someone who have already made it, who's successful, they would never shoot it down. They would give you more reasons on why you should pursue it, and they would show you the opportunities on every single problem. One thing I've noticed about entrepreneurs and people who are already successful is they see opportunity in every single problem. If there's a problem, I bet you hundreds of entrepreneurs are seeing possibilities in it and working towards fixing it and making this world a better place. And a person who's not successful looks at a problem, he sees 100 more problems that is related to that single problem, and he would not chase to fix it because he sees problems within problems, but not opportunities. So the tip number 1 to overcome your disbelief in yourself would be change your circle. Hang out with people who are doing great things, who have already accomplished, or people who are positive and who are trying to make something out of this life and working hard towards a goal. So the tip number 2 to overcome self-doubt is change your reference group. So something I've experienced myself as well is I have really small friend circle, and I keep on referring to people who I haven't met, but I've read their books, I've done research about their work and read about their life. So changing your reference group would highly change your mindset as well. If you read books from Warren Buffett or Patrick Bet-David and people who have already accomplished a lot of great things, you would understand how they would look at a certain problem and what their reaction to the problem would be. And reference group is something you don't have to meet them in person, but you just have to understand their mindset and how they think towards a problem. That's why reading a lot of books would change your mindset because you can instill their ideas and how they think and how they look at a problem so that you can change your perspective and have a big picture of how the problem is and how it can be changed so that it creates a positive impact in your life. So creating a good reference group is highly essential to change your disbelief in yourself because the people who you read about, the people who have already accomplished great things, they all come from scarcity. Scarcity is the mother of all creation. And if you go back and if you research the history, the people who have achieved great things, they all come from scarcity. So read about their life and create a reference group. And it doesn't have to be a single person. It can be a lot of different people in different industries. So if I think about investing, I look at Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett, and when an investment opportunity comes up, I think about how Charlie Munger or Warren Buffett will look at this stock. How would they invest? What would they look for this company? So in terms of marketing, my reference group would be Russell Brunson and people who have already achieved great things in marketing. So the tip number 2 would be create and reference groups so that you can instill their ideas and borrow their perspective on something. And that would definitely change how you think and remove the disbelief that you have in yourself. Tip number 3 to overcome this disbelief is to dive deep into your childhood. So I want to ask you a question. Why do you think you cannot achieve something? Is there something that happened to you in your childhood? Were you bullied? Were your parents always critical about things you did and tell you ways that you cannot achieve certain things? You have to dive deep down and understand how this disbelief comes from. Did your parents always told you that how you cannot achieve something? where they're always negative, you have to understand how this disbelief in yourself comes from, because the world is full of abundance. No matter what industry you're in, no matter what you're doing, there is enough money for every single one of us. So if you want to make a lot of money and you always have that disbelief that a market is saturated, an industry is saturated, just know that there's enough money for every single one of us. The world is abundance. God is generous enough to provide us humans with abundance. Money is like oxygen, it's infinite. So you have to have that abundance in yourself. There's no such thing as scarcity. You have to go deep down and try to understand where this disbelief comes from. You thinking you cannot achieve something and you're not believing in your idea. The problem is you, it's not the world, because the world is full of abundance. If you go out, if you do something for long enough, you can achieve anything. So the tip number 4 to overcome self-doubt is to gather small trophies. So if you don't have plethora of accolades in your belt, you will always have that doubt in yourself, because when you look back, you haven't achieved anything in your life. So try to get small trophies for yourself, whether it's transforming your body, start meditating, reading books. What this does is it changes your mindset. It creates a new self of yourself. And when you look back, so gathering these small wins, whether it's creating a new routine or starting meditating and being able to meditate 20 minutes every single day, or completing 100 books in a year, or you can start small by just reading a book in a month. So these are all small trophies that build up your self-esteem. And when you look back, you have a lot of trophies around yourself, whether it's creating a good routine, or you were able to quit a bad habit, or if it's monetary, you were able to shatter that threshold of earning $10,000 a month. So these kind of things would be as small trophies that you look upon. And when you have that disbelief in yourself, you can just look at those trophies and say, hey, that's something I achieved. It was hard, it took time, but I can achieve whatever I want. So when you look back on those trophies, that will push you on those hard days when you feel like you're not good enough. Gathering small trophies is always an asset for your mindset, because you have programmed your mindset that you can achieve it if you're willing to put that work. And the final tip is the mountain is you. So friends, if you look at life, it's a constant mountain, and the mountain is you. It's not someone else, it's not your friends, it's not your family. The battle you're fighting, it's within yourself. If you look back 5 years from now, you've climbed a lot of mountains, and all those mountains were created by you. It was not something outside of yourself. There are a lot of mountains that you need to climb in the future. And the thing is, there will always be more mountains. As long as you're living, there will be mountains. There will be bigger mountains. If you were able to transform yourself, or you were able to earn, let's say, $10,000 a month, there is always going to be another mountain that you need to climb. Because the person that was able to earn $10,000 a month, or the person who was able to quit smoking, would not be the same person who would achieve higher things. So my friends, if you look at life, everything that you want to achieve and what's stopping you from that goal is you. It's not someone else, it's not your friends, it's not your family, but the mountain, that's you. You're stopping yourself to achieve that goal. If you look back, you have climbed a lot of mountains and you're here, but there's always going to be a bigger mountain that you need to climb. Let's say you want to make your first $10,000 a month. So that disbelief that comes from within you, and you have to tell that person that you can achieve it, and you have to climb that mountain by yourself. That disbelief, the things that you say to yourself, all the reasons that you have for yourself that why you cannot achieve something, that's just a mountain within yourself, and you have to climb that mountain. And when you finally climb that mountain, there's always going to be another mountain that's bigger than you, and you would not be able to climb that mountain with the perspective, with the skills that you have right now. And when you look back 5 years from now, just see how many things you were able to achieve and how far you've come. The things you've grown into, the personality that you've built, the fortune that you were able to gather, the knowledge, the wisdom. If you look back, you've came a long way. But to climb the next mountain, you have to change yourself. You have the experience of those mountains, but to climb the next mountain, to achieve something bigger than what you have right now, there's another mountain. And the only thing that's stopping you from achieving that thing is yourself. Life is like a video game. When you are at level 1, it's quite easy. But when you start moving up the levels, you have to build your character so that you can achieve a higher level. And when you reach the next level, it would demand you to be different. You cannot have the traits of level 99 when you're competing at level 110. So you have to build yourself when you are constantly moving up the ladder. So these are all the 5 things that you should consider so that you can change your mindset and remove that disbelief in yourself. So if you find this video helpful, comment down below what other topics you want me to cover. And as always, it doesn't matter how slow you go, as long as you don't stop.